The time has come, my friends, the happiest time of the year, gaming Christmas, and of course I am talking about E3, more specifically E3 2017. It has come at last, and I am so happy! Sorry, I had to get that out of me. So I was planning this video, and at some point in the planning process, I decided that it was way too long. I've got my my little notes down there, my laptop in front of me, and I was setting out my talking points, and it's just pages long. It's just way too long to put into one video. So I thought I would kind of just break it up a little bit so that it's a little easier to swallow. There's lots to talk about, lots of predictions and stuff to be made, but first I want to talk about the stuff that we already know, the stuff that we can pretty much we're guaranteed to see at the show. So the first one I want to talk about is the big elephant in the room, and I'm talking about Rabbids. So this is a weird one for sure. When rumors first started coming around about a Rabbids Mario crossover, it was one of those rumors that I was just like, yeah, I would bet any amount of money, like any amount of money in the entire world, you name it, that was completely fake. It just seemed way too bizarre. But then time went on and people were talking about it more and more, and it seemed like more and more people were claiming that it was real. And I don't know at what point exactly that it happened, but I started to become a believer. I didn't want to, but it started to happen. And then, of course, the other day, it just looks too real. I don't know, it just looks too good. All this stuff making it look like these internal documents for Ubisoft or whatever. And we're all pretty much thinking this is a guarantee. Like, it's a rumor. It's not technically been confirmed by anyone, but it's pretty much a lock. Like, we're gonna see this. It's a little bit lame because this is probably one of Nintendo's surprises for the show. You know, there's only a limited amount of surprises we're gonna get, and this was probably one of them. But on the other hand, this is such a bizarre thing that I'm a little glad it got revealed this way. I'm a little glad it got spoiled, because if I was just like watching the thing and this was just bam right in my face, I don't know how I would have reacted. It would be such a weird feeling that I'm almost glad that we were eased into it in this way, if that makes sense. I've been able to come to terms with the idea and become a little bit used to it so that it's not quite so strange. And we'll definitely get a trailer, and this doesn't seem like the sort of grand, amazing game that just gets a teaser and then a to-be-determined 2019 release date. I'm basically certain we'll be getting a lot of gameplay. We'll get tons of gameplay in the Treehouse presentation that comes after the show, so we will have to wait until we see what this whole thing is about before I can really say what I think, because Rabbids? Really, Rabbids and Mario. Then, of course, Super Mario Odyssey is going to be the star of the show. There's no doubt about that. Nothing is going to overshadow it. That's Nintendo's big lock. You know, last year was Breath of the Wild. This year, it's Super Mario Odyssey. And we've only had one trailer, and it's been half a year now, so now I think Nintendo is going to blow the lid off of it. We're going to get so many new features we had no idea about. We're going to learn about the hat mechanic. Are you getting different hats and all that stuff? This is going to be the big reveal, the one that just says, like, this is everything that the game is, everything there is to do. We're going to find out if there's a hub world or not, or if it's really just connected worlds. I don't know, but this is it. And this is going to be a hard one for me. It is going to be very hard to watch and also to not watch. I'm going to want to watch every second of it and drink it all in, but I also don't want, well, spoilers. I don't want to know everything about the game, but I do, but I don't. So that's the constant predicament that I'm in with games like this. But it'll definitely be fun, whatever the case, and I'm definitely hoping for a release date. I'm not sure they'll give us a release date. I'll talk more about that later, but I'm hoping for this holiday. Really hoping strong. So we recently got some new info about their new online service, and I think we'll be getting more on that. I mean, it's basically guaranteed that they'll be going into a little more depth about what we can expect with their new paid online service, how the app works, and all that good stuff. Now, I think a lot of people are, but I am not banking on them talking about the Virtual Console. I know that's kind of weird, but there was a time, maybe half a year ago or something, when I would have thought that going this long without talking about it would have been, like, impossible. So now that we've been here, now that it's been this long with a Switch and no Virtual Console and no even word on it, I'm, like, anything goes at this point. Like, I think there's a chance that maybe they're revamping how the whole Virtual Console thing works, you know? That might be what's taking so long. It might come to us in something of a brand new form, but at this point, yeah, I'm not banking on it. I sure do hope they talk about the Virtual Console, but we'll see. Hey Pikmin will certainly make an appearance, as well as Pokemon Ultra Super Duper Sun and Moon or whatever, which was just announced like a little bit ago today. And yeah, we'll see those. We'll see new trailers. We'll see new gameplay. I think these two titles will be featured, especially in the Treehouse. I don't know how much space they'll dedicate in the actual spotlight, but definitely in the Treehouse. We'll get long gameplay demos. Then we'll get some stuff on ARMS and Splatoon, but it's hard to say exactly how much because they've covered those two games already so much, which brings up a very interesting talking point. How much new stuff can we actually expect from this presentation? Like, we're hoping for a lot of new surprises and stuff, especially after last year, but we really don't know. We do not know how much we'll actually get. Nintendo, of course, went on the record as saying that this is mostly going to be for 2017 games, but as Nintendo fans know, that is not a guarantee that there will be no new games because, well, they've tricked us a lot in the past. They've had plenty of Nintendo Directs where they were like, this is all for 3DS, or this is all for games coming out with this period, and then they throw in those one or two big surprises. The thing that's really tripping me up here is that word spotlight. In the past, they've had digital events and all that stuff, and just general presentations, but this time they very purposefully and specifically use the word spotlight. That sort of suggests a focus, especially a focus on things you already know about. And if the Rabbids leak is real, which I'm pretty sure it is, that, like I said, that definitely seems like the kind of game that will come out this year. So the one kind of surprise that we're expecting could very easily be this year. So what if all the stuff is like that? What if they really do plan on just doing this year? Pokken Tournament Deluxe, same thing. They just announced that today at the time of this recording, and that is something that is coming this year. That was a new surprise they gave us that was just for 2017. So it very well be that this is the new norm. It could be that it's a new system where in December they reveal a bunch of new games with a big direct, and then at E3 they have a spotlight on all the games that are coming out within that year. If that's the case, then Rabbids and Pokken Tournament could be just about the extent of the surprises, and we could actually mostly just get stuff like Splatoon and Mario and all that. So for that reason, I don't want to get my hopes up too much. I'm not going to hype myself up so much that I'm disappointed if we really and truly only get 2017 games. But moving forward, for the purposes of this video, I am assuming that we will be getting more surprises because that's a lot more fun. I'm just going to assume there's a lot more because otherwise this would be a pretty boring series of videos. And what is pre-E3 season without just making a bunch of wacky predictions that you know will never come true? That's the fun. So, speaking of predictions, let's really get into the meat of it. Disclaimer, these are all going to be wrong. These are going to be 100% wrong. But again, it's just fun to throw a lot of darts at the board and see if anything sticks. Prediction number 1, some completely unexpected app or service on the Switch. Something in the same vein as TV on the Wii U. Remember that? How that just kind of came out of nowhere, and it was pretty cool. I don't think it really ever amounted to anything, but it was still a very unexpected and interesting feature. And we'll get something like that. Something we really just were like, okay, that's a thing. Apparently, that's something they've been working on. Cool. Prediction number 2, Animal Crossing on Switch for 2018. I think the time is right. We had a 3DS one, we didn't even get one on the Wii U, so I think they've been hard at work on the Switch version. It's going to have a huge focus on social features. It's going to have the most robust online functionality that the series has ever had. It's going to have a whole bunch of online kind of social things that bring a lot of change to the series. It's going to be easier than ever to actually hang out with people online in your town and have stuff to do. It's also going to have a lot of little activities and games that people can join in on. Number 3, Nintendo will not give us a solid Super Mario Odyssey release date. They'll still assure us that it is coming in the holiday 2017, but a lack of an actual date will leave many, myself included, concerned. I'm not even saying that it won't come out this holiday, there just won't be a date and we'll all be like, I don't know about this. Prediction number 4, and I'm very sad that I believe this, but there will be no Pikmin 4 at the show. Shigeru Miyamoto's been talking about it for forever, so lots of people keep thinking it's coming. Every time there's a direct or anything, they think it's coming. People really think it's coming now with E3, but I do not believe it is. I think as long as Hey Pikmin is a thing, they're not going to release another mainline Pikmin game. The series isn't so popular that I think they would try to market 2 games at once. That would be a little bit of a cannibalizing thing. I just don't think it's going to happen. It's possible, but my money's on no. So here for number 5 is when I was going to predict that they were going to do another Wii U to Switch port, and I was going to go on and on about what games I thought it would be, what games I didn't think it would be, and then finally land on what I thought that it would be. I would make my final prediction, and then, like I said, today they announced Pokemon Tournament. So that went out the window. But at the very least, I can say I was right. I wasn't right about what game it would be, but I was right that there was another Wii U to Switch port in the making. Not a super risky prediction, a pretty obvious one, but hey, I did it. Go me. Point for me. Number 6 is a conditional one. Like I said, I'm not sure if they'll talk about the Virtual Console, but if they do, I don't think they'll talk about GameCube. I think I've made this prediction before. I can't remember if it was in a video or in a Patreon blog or something, but I think that remasters have proven to be too profitable for Nintendo, so GameCube and up, I just don't think they're going to really get into Virtual Console, releasing lots and lots of games and charging not too much for them. I mean, if you could slap a coat of paint on an old game and charge $50 for it and sell 1 million copies, would you be putting your games on the Virtual Console? I don't think so. So I'm just very, very doubtful that they'll be doing GameCube. I feel like if they were, they would have done it by now, basically. And that, in fact, leads into my next prediction. Number 7, Luigi's Mansion HD, available this October. Just new and improved, maybe a couple little extra features, but for the most part, just some nice HD graphics and better lighting and stuff. And yeah, this October, just in time for Halloween. Another game that they could reveal that would be a surprise that would be for 2017. Number 8, WarioWare on Switch. I mean, it's just gotta happen. It's a pretty good prediction because even if they don't announce it this year, we know it's coming. We know it. Nintendo seems to really love Wario, and the Switch has all these extra little features and Joy-Cons and bit, and I'm completely certain that they are working on a new WarioWare title for it. Okay, so prediction number 9, this is my last one. Normally, I wouldn't even think of going this far out on a limb. I try to be, for the most part, a little bit realistic, and this one is, it would just be too great, so, but I'm doing it. I'm going for it. I am going out on that limb. That limb is bending, and it's about to break, but I don't even care. I'm going out to the very tippy tip of that limb and saying, Metroid. I just think it's finally time. I think it's been long enough, and the stuff that Reggie was saying and Federation Force and all that, we're gonna get a teaser for Metroid on Switch. I think it'll just be a teaser with probably no gameplay, but if there is gameplay, it'll be a side-scroller, like Super style. And 2018. It'll definitely be TBD 2018. So those are my definitely wrong, but at least slightly possible predictions. I'll end this video now to give you a little bit of a break. I need a break myself. I'm sweating pretty bad here. It's hot, and but stay tuned for part 2 of my E3 2017 pre-show. We're going to talk about my big wish list and also dabble into a little non-Nintendo stuff. See you later.